And today I'll be doing a Banlist wishlist and prediction list. So let's get started. For the band cards, High Wave King Caesar, it's pretty self-explanatory, and it's also pretty insane that it actually has two negates. Or at least the negates are limited to the amount of Xyz material it has, and it is possible to get more than two on this card.
For realsies?
For realsies!
So yeah, this card kind of needs to go. Plus it's obvious they're not going to hit the Fiendsmith package. The barrier statues, I'm not sure why they're hitting it one at a time. All of them should just go. Spell Canceller, because K9s are very ill-conceived. And Christia, because Floodgates. Need I say more?
No.
And for the limited cards, we have Snow, because honestly I think Snow can come back to at least one. Cupsy Yummy to hit the consistency of Cupsy. Mitsurugi Prayers to hit the consistency of Mitsurugi. Rahu Dracotail to hit the consistency of Dracotails, plus, this card is incredibly nutty. The fact that it's basically, Destiny Fusion / Future Fusion for the archetype, plus they all float once they're used as fusion material. So eliminating this card would actually not only limit the amount of avenues they could take to just fusion summon, but it would also just hit the consistency of the deck. Because then they'll just have one Ketu, one Rahu, and then just three of that one monster that discards so they could fusion summon. I think they also have another monster that allows them to discard for a fusion summon, but yeah, at least with it at one, it's going to be a lot harder for them to actually, set up their board. Malice and Underground, because I don't think they'll hit White Rabbit. I could be wrong. Is either this card or a White Rabbit. But any more, I would imagine, would just be straight up overkill. Triple Tactics Thrust, because it essentially gets you any normal trap or spell from your deck to your hand, and I think that's pretty OP. Heavy Storm, because, we already have Duster, plus a lot of people are talking about this card coming back, so it is possible. One Liger Dancer, because at 3 it's nutty, but one is pretty manageable actually. It's still a nutty card that they made, but Lunalights kind of need the help. Plus, even without this card, Perfumer, plus you still have Panther Dance OTKs you could perform with
What the hell did you just say?
With Panther Dancers, so yeah, putting Liger Dancer at 1 is pretty fair. Because if you do manage to outdo one of Liger Dancer, props to you. One, Meow Moo, because honestly, this card should have came back a long time ago. I understand why they wouldn't want to put it at 3, but it should at least come back to 1. Scarecrow, Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow, because honestly, Super Heavy Samurai has been not only powercraft, but a lot of the end boards they used to go into no longer exist. Because Baron is banned, and so is Savage Dragon. Once at 1, I don't think Scarecrow would be that OP. And some more, I kind of explained this a lot, but given the direction Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going in, I shouldn't count on this card ever coming back. Do I think it could come back now and not be a problem? Yes. Will it be abused later? Absolutely. And for the 3 Sacred Tree, because honestly, this should have came back a long time ago. I'm not sure why it's still on a ban list. No, seriously, why is this card still on the ban list?
Shit, I don't even know. I can't even tell you that.
And now on to the wish list. For the banned cards, we have Requiem. Do I need to explain why? Same with Crimson Dragon. Do I honestly need to explain why? Fine, I will. Any card that cheats out extra deck monsters for essentially free is pretty stupid and poorly designed, or very ill-conceived. Dragoon because fuck Dragoon.
I said what I said meant every single solitary syllable.
Wind Up Hunter because honestly hand loops are cancerous and I think Wind Up Hunter should have been banned instead of Carrier. Moulin Glaciers because, hand loops are pretty cancerous. Granted, it's a lot harder to hand loop with this card since Dweller is banned, but still. Christia, I already explained that. Same with Canceller because canines are very ill-conceived. And that's about it for the banned cards. For the limited cards, Gus Kraken because I really don't like hand loops. Prayers to hit the consistency of Mitsurugi. Rahu to hit the consistency of Draco Tail. I mean, I pretty much explained these. Also, it's weird how I never put this in the prediction list. But yeah, I think, or did I? Yeah, I don't remember. If I didn't, yeah, Prayers, I think will also just get a limit in the next ban list. And then Auroradon, because honestly, this card did nothing wrong, in my opinion. I could be very wrong. I mean, people often say my opinions are wrong, but then at the same time, I was right about Soul Charge and Appaloosa being banned, and no one believed me and just told me I was a bad player for suggesting they'd get banned. Same with Mystic Mine. And guess what happened?
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you.
Anyway, Meow Meow Moo, Scareclaw, I already explained that. Arise Heart, this sounds absolutely insane, but and one I think is manageable. Zen Mighty, because honestly it should not have died for Hunter Sins. Savage Dragon, because honestly it's one of the more fear negate cards out there. Liger Dancer to 1, yes, fear. Kid Kalos, I think it could come back to 1, and Tier Elements aren't going to do much of anything. Trish to 2, because hand loops are disgusting. I was talking about limited cards. Somehow I jumped. Anyways, yeah, Kid Kalos was the last limited card I was going to talk about anyway, so whatever. And then Gamma, because Gamma did nothing wrong. Mist to 2, because honestly, what are dinosaurs doing now? Snow to 2. What will Snow actually do? Rapier to 2. What are Zodiacs gonna do? Bonfire to 2. What are Rysio doing? And I guess Dryas to 2, because honestly, what are Plant Links doing? And for the 3-Os, Sacred Tree to 3. Again, should have came back a long time ago. Closed Heaven, because it did nothing wrong. It was always this card's fault.
I said what I said meant every single solitary syllable.
3 Summon Sorcerers, honestly, should not be on the ban list. I'm not sure why we're wasting space on the ban list, keeping this card here. And same with Link Rudo. Anyways, tell me what you gotta think about my ban list and wish list. And for me, your boy Blue Getska, and I'm out.
Later, losers.